Nick Harris sitting alongside me. It's Matt Burt down in pit lane. Dylan Gray, you can feel the tension. Rossi in pole, alongside him Alicia Spargo and Marc Marquez. Jorge Lorenzo chasing that fifth successive win, starts from the third row of the grid. The last race after 85 years on a Saturday here in Assen, and a massive crowd. Please, please stay dry. Look at that crowd. 97,150 people. All eyes now focused on the start. 1 point between Rossi and Lorenzo.
97,150 fans hold their breath.
So, sun shines, peeks out from the clouds. Marquez on the front row. Alicia Spargo on the front row. Rossi in pole position for the first time this season. The Dutch TT, we're in Assen and we are underway.
It was a great start from pole position by Valentino Rossi, just what the Italian wanted. Alicia Spargo got away pretty well too. Look at Pole Spargo at the inside, but it's Rossi that leads the way from Pole Spargo on the Suzuki. Marquez in third. Lorenzo really aggressive up to fifth place already, but Rossi got the start he wanted.
What a start by Valentino Rossi from pole position. Round turn 3 and 4, coming up towards the Struben corner. Qualifying and practice has been the problem. He can run the pace. And Marquez up into second place.
Keep an eye on Jorge Lorenzo though. He got a great jump from the third row of the grid. The number 99 already up into fifth place. It's Rossi that leads from Marc Marquez. Pole Spargo up the inside of his older brother Alace. Alace having none of that at all. Pole Spargo though does move up into third place. It's Jorge Lorenzo right behind. Alace Spargo surrenders another place. He's back down to fifth.
Oh, Lorenzo is absolutely charging. He's always aggressive on that first lap, but it's usually to get to the front. He can't get to the front this time around. Down towards the far end of the circuit, down towards Manderven. It's Rossi that's just hanging in there, but Lorenzo is making progress every single metre of this track.
Lorenzo already up to third place in this race. Rossi leads the way from Marquez. Lorenzo up from 8th place on the grid into third. The big loser on this opening lap, Dani Pedrosa. He started in 4th place. He's all the way back down in 12th position. No sign of Andrea Dovizioso in the top 6. Here's Rossi now to complete the first lap. The grandstands go absolutely crazy. Rossi leads the way from Marquez, Lorenzo and Pole Spargo.
Up towards the Harbach corner the first time. There is Rossi. The gap between him and Marquez, 4/10 of a second. Then Lorenzo. Through this difficult series of right-handers, we have two fallers. Jack Miller's one.
Definitely Jack Miller and one of the Avintia Ducatis. That's down at the final chicane. Back at the front, somebody has finally broken Jorge Lorenzo's run of 103 consecutive laps in the lead, and it's his teammate Valentino Rossi. Rossi got the dream start off the line, just what he wanted. He got the whole shot into the first corner. There's Marc Marquez in second place. Lorenzo is in third. Great opening lap by the number 99. It was Jack Miller and Nicky Hayden actually coming up on the graphic that said I think it was actually Hector Barbara. I'm not sure Nicky Hayden was involved. No, Nicky Hayden actually is in 22nd place in this race. Miller on his feet. That's a crash at the final chicane, but still Rossi from Marquez from Lorenzo.
Yeah, Rossi chasing his 9th Grand Prix victory here in Assen. As we say, that 1 point lead, but significant lead. Lorenzo made a great start. Rossi where he wants to be, not only at the front, but right in with the front people, because he's had to fight through the field on so many laps. This time it's a very different story. Mighty impressive from Lorenzo though, from that third row of the grid. There is Marquez. Lorenzo into the timber chicane, followed by Pole Spargo. It's going to be a pretty tight gap as they cross the line. 24 laps to go here in Assen.
Fastest lap of the race set by Jorge Lorenzo, a 1:33.910. Andrea Iannone up the inside of Pole Spargo on the brakes into the first corner. Iannone now up inside the top 4. Another great ride by the Ducati rider. It's still Rossi that leads the way. Rossi, can he deliver a Jorge Lorenzo style performance? Get out to the front early and then control the race. There's that battle for 4th. It's Iannone from the Espargaro brothers. Down through the Fienslang they come. One of the great sights in Grand Prix racing.
flat out through the right before they have to come to the Ruskenholt, where they go right, left, right, and Rossi still leads the way. This is the crush, I would imagine, of Jack Miller.
That was a big roll through the gravel there for Jack Miller. He'll definitely be shaken up by that one. There is Hector Barber.
Yeah.
He's holding that right leg pretty gingerly. Yeah, he's just twisting that right ankle. At least he's got some movement. Here we are back at the front. Rossi leads the way, just under half a second clear of Marc Marquez. Rossi controlling that gap at the moment. Still no sign of Dani Pedrosa. As we said, it was an awful couple of opening laps for the Spaniard. Big crash in the warm-up this morning. That looks to have really dented his confidence, because Pedrosa was on the second row of the grid in 4th. He's down in 12th and still can't get his way through by the likes of Maverick Vinales and Danilo Petrucci.
Rossi at the front reminds you of Lorenzo at the front, doesn't he? I mean, okay, Lorenzo's just lapping slightly faster. Watch the gap now, it's nearly half a second. Lorenzo a further 4/10 down. Iannone, Alessio Spargo, Polo Spargo, Crutchlow, Dovizioso, Smith, Petrucci, Vinales, Pedrosa, Redding, Hernandez and Bradle. That's your top 15.
You can see Iannone already breaking clear in 4th place of this group, battling for 5th. New lap record, 1:33.739 from Valentino Rossi. Started from pole position for the 61st time, looking for a 3rd win of the season. It's a really exciting battle for 5th, being led by Alessio Spargo. Polo Spargo behind him, Cal Crutchlow, Andrea Dovizioso, the former Tech 3 Yamaha teammates, and there's Bradley Smith at the back of that group in 9th. The top 10 completed by Petrucci. Dani Pedrosa still back in 12th place. He'll just come into shot there behind Maverick Vinales.
Well, there is Rossi, Marquez and Lorenzo. The 3 we probably thought would be there, they are there. Did we think they'd be in that order? Well, Marquez certainly hasn't allowed Rossi to get away, and Lorenzo sitting there in 3rd place. Long, long way to go. 22.5 laps left of this round 8 of the championship. Rossi said yesterday it's all very well getting in pole position, but you've got to make a good start. He made a brilliant start. But Marquez is closing. Marquez looks so impressive in the morning warm-up. And we heard it from Yamaha. They are worried about the performance of Marquez. Marquez has crashed out, don't forget, of the last 2 races. But he is closing up on Rossi as we ride with the championship leader. Here comes Marquez. And it sits in behind at the harbour.
It's a new lap record from Marc Marquez. He's really piling the pressure on.